This is mid. Hi guys, it's Lord of the Cubes, and today I'm going to be talking about the color scheme on octahedral twisty puzzles, namely the Face-Turning Octahedron, which you see here. This puzzle is also called the FTO for short. But before we talk about that, we need to talk about the color schemes on cubes in general. If you already know why Rubik's Cubes have the color scheme they do, and you don't feel like listening to me talk about them, then just skip to the next video chapter. Anyway, the original 3x3 Rubik's Cube has 6 colors, one per face with similar colors opposite to each other, so white is opposite to yellow, blue is opposite to green, and red is opposite to orange. The order of colors around the white side is always blue and then red, not red and then blue. This doesn't seem important yet, but you'll see later why I'm mentioning this detail now. Now onto the Pyraminx and other tetrahedral puzzles. These don't really need a color scheme because each side is actually touching all other sides on the puzzle, but a standardized color scheme does exist, and the yellow side does actually follow the blue then red rule. The Megaminx is a little bit more complicated than that. Each face has 5 other faces adjacent to it, an opposite face from it, and then 5 faces adjacent to the opposite face. As usual, similar colors are always going to be opposite to each other, but there are also darker and lighter shades at play, and you definitely wouldn't want, say, white being next to this tan side right here, because if you had bad lighting, you wouldn't be able to tell these apart. The standardized dodecahedron color scheme has the white side surrounded by the darker colors, and then the lighter colors, and then gray. And yes, the Megaminx does follow the blue and then red rule. Some of Meffert's puzzles actually do use a different color scheme, but we don't talk about that. And every mass-produced icosahedral puzzle is either self-stickered, or it has a mechanism that actually allows you to rearrange the color scheme itself, because you can rotate the sides relative to one another. Basically, you can just make up whatever color scheme you want with whatever colors are given to you. I made up this color scheme. I'm quite proud of it, actually. And now, it's finally time to talk about what you watched this video for, the FTO. This FTO has the standard octahedral color scheme, and it goes as follows. White is opposite to yellow, okay, that makes sense. Blue is opposite to red, what? Green is opposite to orange, and purple is opposite to gray? What? Now, at a first glance, this doesn't seem like too much of a practical issue. It's just an annoying color scheme that you'd want to OCD fix, right? Well, not really, because FTOs have this special property about them. You see, you will never have a white sticker next to a yellow sticker. You just can't do it. And you can never have a white sticker next to a blue sticker. There's just no way to get, no matter what you try, there's no way to get any blue stickers onto the white side. Each side can only touch other sides that are diagonally connected to them because of the way the puzzle rotates. So you basically just end up with 2 groups of 4 sides each that can only interact with each other and not the other 4 sides. This is really interesting, and the FTO is the only platonic solid to have this property in its face-turning form. And as a result of this, you will never have a flipped edge piece like you can on 3x3. This property also applies to corner-turning cubes since they're also 8-axis puzzles. Now, the reason why this is such a problem with the standardized octahedral color scheme is because this ends up with all the cool colors in one group along with yellow, and then white and gray and red and orange in the same group. It so conveniently places all of the similar colors into the same groups. The whole point of a color scheme is to make you less likely to get confused with similar looking colors. So if you're slightly colorblind or your lighting isn't great while you're solving this, you could potentially get mixed up with some of the colors. Now, unfortunately, this objectively bad color scheme also exists on some other octahedral puzzles like this cube diamond, which is basically just a 2x2 FTO and bigger than it for some reason. But fear not. The crazy octahedron is here. Dayan and MF8 have been making their own octahedral puzzles, and they use their own color scheme for it. And their original color scheme is great. They actually put all the similar colors opposite to each other, replacing the gray side with the pink side. So you've got white opposite to yellow, blue with green, red with orange, and purple with pink, just like it should be. And they used a light blue rather than a dark blue, so that it doesn't get mixed up so easily with the purple when placed side by side. Now, you might be thinking, wait, this pink and orange also look kind of similar. Could that be an issue? Well, no, actually, it won't be an issue. In fact, it would be more of an issue if the pink was across the cube from where it was, because as they are now, these 2 sides, despite being right next to each other, can, as I said earlier, never actually interact with each other. Now, if the purple side were pink, however, then you'd run into an issue because you'd have adjacent pieces being very similar colors. And let's look at the color groups here. You've got purple, white, green, and orange, and blue, pink, red, and yellow. Completely different colors. And to top it all off, this octahedral color scheme even follows the blue and then red rule that I was talking about before. And that's why the Dayan MF8 color scheme is objectively better than the FTO color scheme. I would highly recommend getting this puzzle, by the way. It's basically an FTO, but it actually has centerpieces. It's a fun solve, doesn't really require much new information as long as you know FTO. The color scheme is way better. My only complaint is that it's way bigger than it actually needs to be for what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys would change anything about the octahedron color scheme, make sure to comment it down below, because I do want to know if there's really any way this could be improved. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, and this is a new type of video that I'm giving a try. It's like kind of like puzzle theory, almost. I think with like a little bit of luck, they'll do well on YouTube. And on that note, this is Lord of the Cubes, signing off.